You're now watching Muga TV.
Hey guys, this is Mugalore here, and I'm back again with another video. And today I want to talk about Jump Force, because Jump Force was a game I was not expecting to show up at E3 2018. And I must say, if you look at the reactions that I've given off during the live stream at the Microsoft event, I was super excited. I was just super hyped. You can just see it right here.
Dragon Ball Z! This is a new one!
I just couldn't believe it. My mind was blowing. It was because it was funny that the Discord channel and during the live stream when I did J-Star Victory Versus, we were talking about will we ever see a sequel of the game and what characters we would love to see. And I was saying that it may not even be a possibility that we'll ever see this game ever again, for the simple fact it wasn't really received well from the community and this fan base, and it didn't really sell as well as either, and a couple of gaming outlets have pretty much gave it a poor score, a poor review. So hopes of seeing a sequel to me would seem very grim, but I was proven wrong at the Microsoft press conference. Super excited. So what we're going to do is we're going to break it down, look at some of this footage, and we'll just talk about and just give our opinion what we think. So for starters, it looks like that this game, as far as the visuals concerned, we do know from what we heard, it's going to be running on the Unreal 4 engine, which of course most games are running on, and the Unreal 4 engine is pretty sweet. It's pretty awesome. Textures look great, and what I like about the J-Star Victory Versus art style is that they go for a more realistic approach when it comes to the characters, especially in J-Star Victory Versus. When you look at the clothing of Goku when he's fighting and he gets the battle damage, and you can see on his boots that his boots get dirty. You see the actual textures, so it's pretty cool that they're keeping that same art style and approach to it. So which, if you think about it and you look at the story from what the trailer is proposing here, and from what we got from the interviews from the producers, that both our world, which is the real world, is supposed to be colliding with the anime world, which brings all this all together, which makes sense. So to go with a realistic approach as far as visuals is concerned, it makes much more sense. Now this is why you see Goku and Luffy and Naruto and Frieza and the other characters fighting in New York City. So we're going to be seeing our favorite anime characters fighting in popular iconic locations throughout the world. So it's going to be pretty cool how they're going to mesh all this together, which is pretty neat. If you look at the other gameplay footage, you'll see Naruto fighting in like Alaska or like a snowy type mountains, like Antarctic or something like that, and you'll see Frieza's spaceship landing right there. So you will definitely see mixes in different elements from the real world and the anime world, which is, I think, is pretty cool. So on from not only the story, also let's just look at the gameplay. For example, the gameplay, you may see some similarities to J-Star Victory Versus, because as you know it, these are the same creators that created J-Star Victory Versus, and also they're the creators that created Tenkaichi and the Raising Blast, Dragon Ball Raising Blast series as well. So from what I've got from the community and what other YouTubers been saying who are fans of Tenkaichi, they said they noticed that they're going with a Tenkaichi 2 type of approach with it. But not only that you see that the gameplay is similar on the surface, they were also saying that this game will feel different. It will be different. They did away with from what we know so far, they did away from the 2v2, which J-Star Victory Versus was a 2v2 team game. They went back to 1v1, but instead they added 2 other characters. You have 2 partners, so now it's a 3v3, and you can take your characters and you can use them as assists. Now the thing is, we all know arena fighters are not that popular here in the United States, and it seemed like Japan really wants to kick off these arena fighters. That's why you have Pokken Tournament, you have games like the CD of Final Fantasy that they're really trying to push, you have Gundam Versus they're trying to push. So now we have J-Star, or Jump Force now, which we have to call it now, the new title, and it seems like they're really trying to push these arena games. We already have My Hero Academia that's having an arena game that's coming out pretty soon as well. So they're really trying to push this. So on surface, it does look like it plays like J-Star Victory Versus, but now they added the 3v3 aspect to it. And what I find interesting is it remind me of Dragon Ball FighterZ, of how you utilize the assist, because when you press the assist button, they teleport in, similar to Dragon Ball FighterZ, and they do their special iconic move or whatever the assist attacks are. But the only difference is if you tap it, they come out and do an assist. But if you hold down the assist button while they're in the middle of their assist attack, you can actually take control and switch to that active assist character, and they become the active leader of the team. So now, from looking at this, it seems like most of your combo and most of your high level play in the meta is going to be based around how you properly land your assist characters and how you position your assist characters. So as if, like, for example, I can be Goku and I can be putting on pressure on my opponent and then call in my assist with one of my other characters like Zoro or maybe Sasuke, and while they're in the middle of doing their attack, I can just actively switch into Sasuke or Zoro, whatever character I'm using that's I called out as an assist. I can switch over to them and take control while Goku is still keeping the pressure because he's the last person that I use at that moment. So you can actually switch between your characters actively. So if I call out both my assists, I can swap between them while they're still on the stage performing their actions. So that's why I think where most of the deep gameplay is going to fall into place with Jump Force, which I find pretty interesting. And it seems like they also borrowed mechanics from Xenoverse, is where you hold the R2 or I believe the L2 button, and it brings down a drop down menu of what moves that you have available to you. So if you look at the character portrait, you also have special meters. You have a meter that's built around your character, so if you take damage, you would then have access to your special move when you get halfway there, or when you have a full bar of energy, you could be able to use your special attack, your super attack. So I think that's also pretty interesting. Now onto the stage, because the stages look beautiful. They very wide, they're very bright, vibrant, they're very realistic, and they also have stage transitions, which I think is also pretty cool, that you could knock your characters or knock your opponents into other parts of the stage. Like with New York City, you can run your opponent up to the rooftops, and you can take the fights up to the rooftops. And then in the Snowy Mountain area, you can punch them over from one mountain to the other. And this is what I am a little disappointed. The fact is that I wish it was more like a team based type of arena game, similar to Dissidia and the Gundam Versus games, because these environments are so big, they're so beautiful, and it's a shame that in environments this big, I would love to be able to fight my opponents with other players, with my teammates, with my brother DX Strike and Keel Lancer. I think that would be pretty awesome. These stages are big enough to be able to explore a gameplay aspect in that regards and stuff. But just looking at the stages, I think it's pretty cool, and I think it's amazing that what they're doing with this approach. And I can't wait to see what they do with other stages and what other iconic locations in our world, in our Earth, that these anime characters are going to visit. So I think that would be pretty cool. And then not only that, characters. I think this is the most exciting part when it comes to these anime fighters, or when it comes to these crossover games. Everybody wants to know about what characters that we possibly can see, and that's the thing I'm super excited for. I would love to see One Punch Man, or maybe characters, or maybe My Hero Academia. It's so many characters. I think the possibilities is endless. But I'm also hearing some rumblings and other YouTubers talking about that when it comes to the J-Star games, that they'll be pulling more so from the Shonen Jump Weekly, which means the Shonen Jump Weekly lineup doesn't really have that many franchises in it. But I don't really know how that goes. So I'll just say, if you are hearing those rumblings, please ignore that. Don't take that serious. Don't fall into that bait or whatever like that, because we don't know for sure. Because as of right now, this year, we've been hit with a lot of surprises, and a lot of companies has been changing their ideas or changing their practices and trying different things, and it's throwing everyone off guard because everybody think they figured these companies out. So if you are hearing rumblings that they may be just pulling from Shonen Jump Weekly, I would say ignore that, because we don't know. And plus, the producer did say that the possibility of characters are endless that they can pull from, especially from how big and vast Shonen Jump is. So I think that's pretty interesting. Now, we did get a confirmation and a deconfirmation that Light Yagami would not be a playable character, even though that we saw him at the end of the trailer. It seemed as though the producer was saying that yes, he's in the game, but he's not playable. He plays an important role in the story. So a lot of you guys who are Light Yagami fans and fans of Death Note, I'm sorry. I know it sucks, but it's been confirmed that he's not going to be a playable character. So it also has me wonder, will there be other characters that's going to pop up in the story that's in the story but not going to be playable? So that also You also, that's also a little tricky right there, and it's also going to have me a little skeptical, because if they are going to start doing reveals and they start showing certain things like story elements, and we see these characters, that means it may not be a it does not a definite that they're in the game as playable, but only in the story. So we definitely got to keep our guards up and lower our expectations. So be careful, because Light Yagami did caught me by surprise. I was hyped, as you see in my video when they showing them. But now we got a confirmation that he would not be playable in the game at all. So that's kind of a bummer. But overall, I'm excited. I want to see what they're going to do with it. Because like I said, I love J-Star Victory Versus from the beginning. I love the game, and I'm definitely want to see what they're going to do with this. Even though they took away the team aspect from it and went back to 1v1 tag team this time around. So I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna just hold my judgment and see what they do. They asked questions when they're gonna start revealing some more gameplay details. They said that we should expect another reveal as far as characters and gameplay is concerned really soon. So I'm really looking forward to that. So I want to hear your opinion. What do you think of Jump Force? Are you super excited for it, or are your expectations lowered now that it's not a 2v2, or the fact that Light Yagami is not a playable character? So let me know in the comment section below, what characters are you looking forward to? Because I'm super excited about what the possibility of characters and stuff like that. Or do you think they should really just give up on the Jump J-Star or Jump Force or the Shonen Jump type games? You know, so that wraps everything up. Make sure you hit the bell to be notified when I upload new videos. And you guys and ladies, have a good day. See you Game Fiends later. Peace out.